Good afternoon, everybody. It's Thursday, August 29th. I'm Jennifer Palumbo, and Conroy DeLuche is back with me today. Hello, back for a second day in a row.
Excited to be here. I can't believe they let me come back.
I'm glad that you were back, though, so I didn't have to do the show by myself.
Me too. It's exciting. I love the show, the format. It's really fun.
And what a beautiful day we have. I mean, this weather, if we keep this going until the weekend, it's going to be huge.
I'm working a night schedule right now, so meaning I don't have to be back here until 2:30 for work. But this morning I was up at 8 o'clock. The birds were chirping. I couldn't stay inside anymore.
It is great. Yep.
Well, we're getting out and about today. Speaking of the weather, our It's On reporter Toby Brown will be joining us from the Bluegrass Classic Dog Show. It begins today at the Alltech Arena at the Kentucky Horse Park.
It's always a fun time. And are you getting ready to fire up your grill this weekend? Well,
Yes.
There's an art to cooking out, and Longhorn Steakhouse is sharing their tips for the perfect Labor Day cookout. We can't wait to get some food today.
No, I can't. That's why I came
Cookies
back.
yesterday, Longhorn Steakhouse today. You're scoring big
Seth's
time.
missing out. Yeah. This is great. I'll come in anytime.
All right, well, let's kick things off now with what's on now. UK football coach Mark Stoops is scoring some extra benefits in his contract. The University of Kentucky is boosting his pay by $500,000 a year, but it's taking away his $250,000 a year bonus for winning 7 and 8 games and changing it now to 9 games or more. Stoops' contract also raises the amount UK would have to pay to buy out his contract, and he gets to use a private jet for personal travel for 10 hours a year. One thing that has not changed is when his contract ends. That's June of 2025. Athletics Director Mitch Barnhart said the changes are a credit to Stoops' success on the field and his commitment to his players. This is coming just days before the season kicks off. And of course, Kentucky had an incredible season last year, 10 wins.
Yeah.
The first time that had happened in more than 40 years. So this is just a way, I think, for the university to show a little more support to him and make sure that he is staying here.
And I love that increase in expectations, like removing the incentives for 7 and 8 games. Like they've been there. We got to 10 last year. We'll see what happens. I love that increase in expectations.
And he gets the additional raise of $500,000 a year, but he still gets the chance to make that $250,000 if they win 9 games. So
that's exciting. We'll see what happens. The season starts on Saturday.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, big political news today involving former Hey Kentucky host Matt Jones. The founder of Kentucky Sports Radio announced this morning that he will form an exploratory committee to look at whether he should run in the Democratic primary for U.S. Senate in 2020. Jones tells LAX18 that he won't make a decision on running until after the November governor's race. If he runs, he'd face 5 Democrats in the primary next May: Amy McGrath, Mike Breuer, Jimmy Osbrooks, Stephen Cox, Benny Smith, and Dr. Loretta Noble. The winner of that primary, which happens next May, would take on Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. The Republican is Kentucky's longest-serving U.S. Senator in history. And we were both listening to KSR this morning. That was where Matt Jones elaborated on it more. He did emphasize the importance of this race coming up in November to make sure that everybody focuses on that, and then he will make his decision on whether he will run.
And he also said, with his radio show that this was the one time he would be talking about this exploratory committee, that he was told not to talk about that anymore. So, there's a lot on the line for him either way. And, this race is certainly catching national attention. So it'll be interesting to watch the exploratory committee just saying that, he can try to feel it out and see if he wants to do it. He can raise money, but then at the end of the day, the filing deadline is in January. But he says he'll announce after the governor's election is over.
He's one of 6 or 7 candidates.
It's a crowded field already.
So it is. Well,
check out this Pennsylvania boy's fancy footwork. The pint-sized Pee Wee League baller takes off and makes not 1, but 2 behind-the-back ball moves before running it in for the touchdown. The move's so impressive, these highlights caught the attention of ESPN. I think this boy has a future in football. That's very impressive.
Way to hide the ball behind the back. That is awesome. Good for him. Well, a New Hampshire mother put up a fight to keep the vanity plate that she's had for 15 years. This month, Wendy Auger got a letter from the Department of Motor Vehicles saying that her plate, "Pee before we go," violates state requirements. The letter from the Department of Motor Vehicles stated that her vanity plate was in violation of state code because it referenced an excretory function, which I think is a worse word than pee before you go. She says that she's been a mom for 27 years and the vanity plate has become part of her identity. She was ordered to surrender the plate within 10 days, but appealed it. She wrote a letter to the DMV arguing that it brought smiles and laughs to other drivers and reminded her kids to go before getting in the car. The controversy caught the attention of New Hampshire's governor, who called the mother and told her she can keep the license plate.
So she won her battle standing up for the vanity plate, which, you know, there are probably a lot worse things that could be on a license plate. So, you know, as she said, this one brings smiles when people are stopped behind her at the stoplight and reminds her children to do something.
Exactly. And you know, the governor speaks.
Yes.
It goes.
She keeps the license plate. Okay, well, a football team in Arkansas is showing support for a coach facing a battle off the field. Players at Lyon College in Batesville shaved their heads to show support for offensive coordinator Chris Sweet. He was recently diagnosed with cancer. The players revealed their surprise gesture to the coach and then lined up one by one to hug him. Here's the video. They shared the video with the hashtag #SweetStrong. The team kicks off its season Saturday. Coach Sweet is battling non-Hodgkin lymphoma, but says the focus should be on his players and not his diagnosis. We've seen this before. This is just so touching to see the team rallying behind him and showing their support for him. But, you know, he's saying just focus on football and you know.
You know, and football's a time to teach kids, and like right now they're learning that there's more to life than it, but also just coming together and seeing what a team can do together. That's really cool.
And showing their love for their coach, yes.
Absolutely. Well, the TSA says that new Star Wars themed Coke bottles look too much like explosives. So the popular souvenir item is now banned from all checked and carry-on luggage. The bottles look like they are shaped like small orbs that resemble either a droid or a thermal detonator. They are only sold inside the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge theme parks at Disney World and Disneyland at $5.49. That's expensive. They're one of the most.
That's actually one of the cheapest for Disney.
Yeah, I know. I guess that's cheap for Disney, but wow, that's a lot for a Coke. TSA announced on Twitter that the bottles are banned because they fall into the category of replica and inert explosives.
When you take children to Disney, they always want to bring back the souvenir. So this is the one that parents are going to have to remember. You're just going to have to leave it.
Yeah, I guess you can't bring that on a plane at all.
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't anyways because of liquids, but oof.
Yeah.
Yikes.
All right. Actor Matthew McConaughey has joined the faculty at his alma mater, the University of Texas at Austin. The Academy Award winner graduated from UT in 1993. He'll be a professor of practice at the Moody College of Communication in the Department of Radio, Television, Film. McConaughey has been a visiting professor since 2015, co-teaching a script-to-screen film production class. The university says McConaughey is also taking on the role of Minister of Culture. In that role, he'll help create an epic fan experience for UT's new basketball arena opening in 2021. How cool for college students, though, to be able to go to a class and see an Academy Award winner there teaching it and all of the real-world experience that he would bring to that class. It's just so cool.
Yeah, that's better than any master's course you could possibly take, learning from the master and Academy Award winner.
Yeah, I bet he's a fun professor, too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, a lot of the food that is in your refrigerator will most likely be thrown out. Researchers from Ohio State University surveyed 300 adults about their fridge. Although most expected to eat nearly all of the meat and vegetables, they only ate about half. They also thought that they would eat most of the fruit and dairy, but in the end, they discarded approximately 60%. Some of the biggest reasons given for throwing out food were appearance, odor, and confusion about the dates on the food labels. Younger people and those who cleaned out the refrigerator were more likely to waste food.
There's so much food that goes to waste. Do you eat everything in your fridge?
Honestly,
or do
no.
you eat out a lot?
It's tough because, you know, living by myself, like I buy chicken, I cook it right away, but then, you know, we have things come into the station that, ooh, I want a snack here, I want a snack there, and I just not end up eating anything. You've got a family, though. I bet you plow through everything.
Well, and it's tough because, you know, with fresh food, I don't want to be going to the grocery store several times a week.
Exactly.
But I want to buy things that are fresh and, you know, organic with the produce, and then you just open up the fridge, and, you know, after a day or two, it's like, oh my gosh, we didn't eat it all.
No.
And I hate throwing the food away. So, and that's why a lot of people have started composting. It's just a way to take that food and turn it into something else because there's so much that goes to waste.
Yeah, my suggestion, though, try and buy as few things as you need to at the store. Get out there as quickly as you can. It stinks, I know.
Or just eat out.
Yeah, just eat out. Oh, well,
there you go.
Problem solved.
All right, well, you're going to see some changes in Marriott hotel guest rooms. Marriott announcing it's getting rid of all single-use toiletries, including shampoo, conditioner, and bath gel. Instead, the chain will provide larger pump-top bottles. Marriott International CEO says the change will help it become more environmentally friendly. The switch to the larger bottles is expected to prevent about 500 million smaller ones from going to landfills each year. The company has already rolled out larger bottles at about 1,000 properties in North America. It expects most of its other hotels to make the switch by December 2020. So you're not going to be able to snatch all those little shampoo and conditioners and take them home with you anymore.
Yeah, I have about 10 inside my bathroom right now.
A lot of people do that.
A woman in North Carolina got a phone call from a man trying to scam her out of her personal information. He claimed that she was going to be arrested if she did not provide him with her social security number and bank account information. The woman turned out to be Ann Stevens, captain of the Apex Police Department.
That's great.
Yeah, that is. The man told Stevens she was going to face charges and a sheriff's deputy was on the way. She probably had a clue that he was not.
Yes.
She gave the man the address to the police department instead. Stevens had someone record the conversation and then posted the video to the police department's Facebook page.
This is a scam, unfortunately, that happens all too often, and it's great. He just picked the wrong person to call, and she got him.
Yeah, my mom's been called about things like that before. That they're on their way. And
it happens a lot.
Can't fall for it.
Well, join us for our Facebook Live this afternoon on the It's On Facebook page. Today, we're broadcasting live from the Painted Taco in Rosemont Garden. It's the LEX 18's patio pick of the week. It's a fun and local taqueria and Mexican restaurant right here in Lexington, and they use fresh ingredients with a great atmosphere. And then join us each week on the It's On and the LEX 18 Facebook page, where we're going to take you around and show you some fun summer hangouts all across Lexington.
That sounds delicious. I can't wait to go out there.
Hey guys, it's Toby and I am live here at the All-Tech Arena. It only happens once a year. I'm talking about the dog show. So we're gonna have a doggone good time. Stay tuned. I'm hanging out. I'll tell you all about what's coming up next. Don't go away, guys.